In today's episode, I am sharing with you ways that you can turn ordinary Dollar Tree frames into high-end home decor. And make sure to stay tuned, I have an exciting announcement to make. I hope you enjoy. For the first project, I am using this framed mirror from Dollar Tree. It has some hardware on the back, so I'm going to go ahead, remove all of that, set it to the side because I'll need that to put the backing back on. I'm going to remove all of the pieces from the inside, so I'm only left with the frame. Now, this frame, I do need to take some measurements on the inside. It measures roughly about 4.5 inches wide by 8 inches long. And it is plastic, so to give it a really higher end look, I'm going to take some gold leaf rub and buff, and it does not take much at all, just very little. Dab my finger into it and then go over all of the raised portions of this frame, including the bottom pieces. So once I have that bottom filled in, I'm also going to do this on the outside edge as well as the inside edge. I'm not going for full coverage. I do want some of that black to peek through. This is really going to take it up from a plastic frame to something that looks super high-end, not anything that you would find at the dollar store. I'm going to set that to the side and let it dry. I have a vintage inspired floral art print, and I am going to be printing this on my inkjet printer. So I need to make a few adjustments. First, I'm going to be selecting my paper, and I'm using a glossy photo paper. Now, because my print is not an 8.5 by 11 sheet, I will select more settings, and under the paper size, I can open that tab up and scroll until I find something very close to the size of the frame, and the inside dimensions for that were 4.5 by 8, and I don't have that, so I am going to pick this 5.5 inch by 8.5 inch, and that should work for what I want it to do. I'm also going to make sure that the output quality is at the highest level and that I have selected color. Once I go back to that main part of the print screen, you do want it to say fill page, because if you change the fill page, it's just going to give me those options that it gave me with to begin with. It's actually going to change my paper size. So see, if I do that, it's going to change it to an 8 by 10, and that paper size was not an option under the original settings. So I'm going to make sure I do fill page, and then I'll send it over to my printer. But before I put it to the printer, I'm going to go ahead and put my glossy photo paper in. And for any of the papers that I use in today's video, I'll make sure to leave links for these in my description box below if you guys are interested. And depending on how your printer sets up, that depends on whether you put the glossy side up or down. So once this comes through, you do not have to necessarily print this out on photo glossy paper. I just wanted to show you the difference between the photo paper and just your regular printer paper. The colors really pop and come to life on that photo paper. So it just depends on how you want it to look and what kind of craft you're making. I'm going to take the mirror and I'm going to line that up on my image, trim the majority of the excess off. Now, because this mirror kind of sits in the bottom of the frame, I'm not going to be covering the bottom of the frame with the image. And I don't want to put this on the front of the mirror just in case I decide I want to reuse that. I'm going to adhere the photo using some double-sided sticky tape, and then I can use my scissors to trim the remaining photo away. Now I could place this right back into that frame and put my hardware on, and you would never know that this frame came from the Dollar Tree. Sometimes you find a frame at Dollar Tree that you don't have to do anything to, like the ones that have these mats inside. These mats give a higher end aesthetic by adding depth, creating a visual separation and enhancing the presentation of the artwork you're going to place in it. The artwork I chose to put in this frame is an almost black and white farmhouse inspired print, which is also available on my website. It captures the serene beauty and rustic charm of rural life. I would like to announce the grand opening of our new online store where you can find one-of-a-kind designs that you won't find anywhere else. At the moment, we are carrying affordable home decor, vintage-inspired prints, and for my crafty friends, digital downloads. I'll leave a link to the new online store in my description box below, as well as pinned in the top comment. Make sure to stay tuned to the end of the video because I want to show you up close some of the products we are carrying. Now let's get back to our projects. For this project, I have an 8x10 faux wood frame from Dollar Tree that I've had for a while, as well as a 5x7 with the exact same frame. I'm going to remove everything from the frame, and since my larger one does not have the glass in it anymore, I need to make a sturdier backing. So I'm going to use a piece of cardboard to place the larger backing on so I can trace this out with a pencil, and using a box cutter trim that out to be the exact size of the 8x10 frame. Then I'll use that piece of cardboard to trace out on a piece of scrapbook paper. This came out of a book from Hobby Lobby. It has a nice distressed print to it. I can cut that out, and using another piece of scrapbook paper that's the exact same design, I'm going to take a regular 8.5 by 11 inch piece of copy paper, and I kind of want that center design, so I'm just going to use my paper cutter to make sure I can cut that out to the exact size of the printer paper so I can put this in my printer because I want to print an image on it, which is an adorable bunny sitting in a teacup of water surrounded by some really pretty spring pastel flowers. I'm going to cut this down to fit the 5x7 frame, again using my paper cutter. And because the backing has these little notches in it, and I know if I attach it to that, they'll show through the scrapbook paper, I am going to attach this to the glass using some Mod Podge. And once that dries, I will go over the scrapbook paper with the Mod Podge to seal that in. I'm also going to take that other piece of scrapbook paper that I cut down to the size of this cardboard for the 8x10 frame and attach it using Mod Podge, and again, once that sets up, I will seal that in with another layer of Mod Podge. I want to lighten up the frames a bit, so I'm using an acrylic paint in the color Country Twill and a Dollar Tree sponge dauber, and I'm just getting the bottom of the dauber damp with the paint and gently going over both of these frames because I want some of that dark wood grain to show through, but I wanted the topper part to be lighter. Now I can put all of my pieces back in their respective frames. However, I will not be putting the backing in the smaller one because I want to attach this to the larger one. And I'm going to do that using some super glue just on the frame itself and place that right in the center. And I think this would be so cute in a bathroom. I'm using some textured printer paper, and I have this listed in my Amazon store if you're interested. It has a wonderful feel to it, almost like a canvas quality, and I thought this vintage inspired Easter bunny design that I created would be perfect on this paper as well as in this beautiful faux basket weave frame from Dollar Tree. This is available as a digital download in my store, as well as most of the designs that you will see in today's video. Have you ever tried to print on regular Dollar Tree tissue paper? Well, that's what we're going to try with this project, but first I'm going to have this on my heating mat and gently go over it with my mini iron to get as many wrinkles and creases out as possible. Lay your printer paper on top of the tissue paper and cut the tissue paper larger than the copy paper, maybe about a 1/2 inch excess on each side. Cut each of the corners of one side off, and using just some regular Scotch tape, you'll fold that over to the back side of your printer paper and make sure it's nice and flat. And you'll want to tape that down completely on that side, but make sure your tape is flat and that you're keeping the tissue paper very tight in the front. Do the exact same thing on the other side, and then you can fold your ends up and place all your tape across there. So it should be looking something like this, and you'll have your tissue paper on the front. Load this into your printer, making sure that you're printing on the actual tissue paper, and go ahead and print out your image. I am doing this beautiful vintage bird on a dogwood blossoming branch. Now I did have a little bit of ink bleed at the top, but I think that's because I needed to clean my printer head. I also need my image to be a little bit smaller than the actual printer paper, so I'm going to trim around the edges, and this is going to make it super easy to separate the tissue paper from the printer paper. Then I'm going to take a regular canvas, and you can find these at Dollar Tree, and I'm going to apply a layer of Mod Podge all the way across the top, let that dry. Then I can take my tissue paper image and place this on top of my dry Mod Podge, take a piece of parchment paper, and then gently iron over that to seal the tissue paper to the canvas. Use a piece of sandpaper or a sanding block to go around the edges and remove the excess tissue paper. Make sure to wipe all of the debris off before adding your final coat of Mod Podge. I like to dip my brush in the Mod Podge, wipe most of it off on the plate because I want to add a very thin layer to avoid wrinkling and bubbling up the tissue paper. Once you have that completely covered with one coat, let it dry, and this project is finished. This is a very affordable way to make a beautiful print on a canvas, but if you don't want to craft this, we do have something very similar available in our online store, but the image is actually printed onto the canvas. It has a back with an easel leg, also the hardware to hang this on your wall. For this project, we're using one of Dollar Tree's round mirrors. We're going to remove the hardware from the back as well as the backing and the mirror. I am going to be using the back side of the mirror for this project. I'm going to be using a piece of vintage scrapbook paper, which you can find at Hobby Lobby, and I'm going to cut this down to the size of printer paper so that I can feed this into my printer and print out this design that I made that I absolutely love, and I can't wait for you guys to see some of the products that I have this design on. This is also available as a digital download on my website. I'm going to set my frame over top of that so I know exactly where to trace and cut this image out so that I can place this inside of that round mirror frame. Because this design is in black and white, you can print this out on any colored printer paper you like. I'm going to use double-sided sticky tape to attach this to the back of the mirror frame to make sure that it stays in place. If I need to trim any excess off, I can do that. And then I'm going to use a sharp tool just to poke holes through that scrapbook paper to be able to reapply the backing and the hardware. Just kind of be mindful how you place your image in there to make sure that it will hang up straight. This beautiful design is available in my online store as a throw pillow. We have two available options. We have a 14-inch by 14-inch, and this is the 18-inch by 18-inch. The material is 100% polyester as well as the filling. This is an already sewn pillow, so there's no zipper. But the beauty of this pillow is that the design is on not just the front, but also the back. With its neutral color, you could leave this out all spring and summer season and would look great sitting on your sofa, on your bed, or even a side chair. If you like this design, you may also like our brand new table runner. This is made of 100% cotton. It measures 16 inches wide by 72 inches long, and it has this beautiful black and white bunny design on each end, with a thin black border that goes around the entire table runner. This is available in our spring collection. We have a selection of outdoor garden flags that measure 12 inches wide by 18 inches long. They have the opening at the top where you can slide in your flagpole. The flagpole is not included with this purchase. This is made of a very soft 100% polypoplin fabric. There are two different options. You can get it single-sided, which means that the image will be on one side and the back side will be an off-white color, or you could get it double-sided where you'll have the image placed on both sides. I have been working on this for quite a few months, testing out materials, creating designs, working with distributors to bring you high quality but affordable home decor. I hope you'll take the time to click on the link and look over our online store and let me know what you think. I truly do appreciate the love and support that I receive from this community, and none of this would be possible without you. I want to thank you so much for spending time with me today. Please take care, and I'll see you guys next time.